Rangers' search for a new manager has taken yet another unexpected turn, and this time it involves one of European football's most recognisable names. In the weeks since Russell Martin's departure, the Ibrox board have been linked with a string of candidates, but the latest development has left supporters stunned. With pressure mounting to steady the ship and appoint the right leader, fresh reports suggest Rangers may have turned to a figure few could have predicted. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Chris Boyd reckons Rangers' pursuit of Steven Gerrard may not be over, but the former Rangers striker has warned that his old club will need to get the begging bowl out to enable a reunion to happen. The Liverpool and England legend pulled out of the race to become the next Rangers manager late on Saturday night. It was mooted that the timing wasn't right for a return to Glasgow. This has left Andrew Kavanagh and Parag Marath no further on in their quest to find Russell Martin's successor. Boyd believes Gerrard could still yet become Rangers manager. However, it certainly won't be a straightforward sales pitch. He told the Scottish Sun, "The only thing that I could think maybe has thrown a spanner in the works is the whole Kevin Thelwell and Patrick Stewart scenario. A manager won't want to take on effectively his bosses. But if Steven Gerrard has spoken to the owners of the club and they have had good conversations, like we were led to believe happened, there might be a power struggle here. I've got to be honest, it might be a ploy from Steven Gerrard. As it stands right now, I really don't know where Rangers are going to turn to. It might be a case where they have to go back to Steven Gerrard with the begging bowl and say, listen, we need you to come here, and we're going to move the structure within the football club to allow you to come here. As it stands right now, Rangers are no further down the line. Now, Rangers' managerial saga shows no sign of slowing down, with yet another twist emerging in what has become one of the most chaotic periods at Ibrox in recent memory. Since the dismissal of Russell Martin, the club's hierarchy, led by Andrew Kavanagh and the 49ers ownership group, have been scrambling to identify the right successor, but the search has become increasingly complicated. Supporters were left stunned when news broke that Steven Gerrard, once seen as the perfect man to restore stability and identity to Rangers, turned down an emotional return to Glasgow. The rejection has forced the club to explore other options, with reports linking several managers across Europe and the UK to the vacant role. Among the early frontrunners were Sheffield Wednesday boss Danny Reuell and Derek McInnes, both of whom have impressed domestically with their respective sides. Yet, the situation appears to have taken a dramatic turn following fresh reports of secret meetings in London involving a number of high-profile names, one of whom, remarkably, is believed to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the former Manchester United manager, who famously scored the winning goal in the 1999 Champions League final, has now been linked to the Ibrox post following an unexpected revelation from Paul Scholes. Speaking on the Good, the Bad and the Football podcast alongside former teammate Nicky Butt, Scholes appeared to accidentally let slip that Rangers had held talks with Solskjaer in London. I was actually with a lad the other night who told me he was actually going to meet Rangers in London. His name has not been mentioned, Scholes said. I don't think he was going for it. They contacted him, and he was going to meet them in London, but, seemingly aware of who Scholes was referring to, pressed further. He managed Man United, didn't he? He scored the winner in the Champions League final, didn't he? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer you're talking about, aren't you? Caught off guard, Scholes smirked and offered only a no comment before admitting that the conversation had made his palms sweaty, a reaction that all but confirmed the identity of the mystery man. If Solskjaer were to take the Rangers job, it would mark one of the most intriguing appointments in Scottish football in years. The Norwegian brings a wealth of experience managing at the highest level, having guided Manchester United to a second-place Premier League finish and a Europa League final during his tenure. His win rate at Old Trafford, 54.17%, demonstrates a strong record, particularly given the challenges of following Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy. Renowned for his calm demeanour and strong man management skills, Solskjaer has often been praised for creating a unified dressing room and developing young talent. His emphasis on quick transitions and counter-attacking football could also be a refreshing change from the possession-heavy style associated with Russell Martin, whose tactical approach often drew criticism from the Rangers faithful. While Solskjaer's most recent managerial spell came in Turkey with Besiktas, his reputation as a steady hand capable of handling big expectations may appeal to the Ibrox board. Rangers are a club that demands instant results and leadership from the top, qualities Solskjaer displayed in abundance during his time at Old Trafford. As the days go by without an official announcement, speculation continues to swirl around who will take charge at Ibrox. With Solskjaer, Rafael Wicki, Slaven Bilic, and others reportedly under consideration, Rangers' search for stability has become a fascinating subplot in the Scottish football landscape. One thing is certain, the next man in the dugout will face immense pressure to unify the dressing room, re-energise the fan base, and restore the standards expected at one of Britain's most storied clubs. In other news, Kevin Thelwell's position at Rangers is coming under mounting pressure, with senior figures at Ibrox reportedly questioning his future following a turbulent few months in charge of football operations. The Englishman, who joined the club from Everton earlier this summer, has faced widespread criticism from both inside and outside the club for what has been described as a disastrous start to his tenure. According to sources close to the situation, Thelwell's time in Glasgow has been overshadowed by a series of missteps, including an underwhelming summer transfer window and the ill-fated appointment of Russell Martin as manager. Martin's reign proved short-lived and deeply unpopular, ending in a sacking that left Rangers scrambling to find a replacement just weeks into the season. The mood among the Rangers' support has turned sharply against Thelwell, with many fans voicing anger over what they see as a string of poor decisions. Thelwell's had months to get this right, and we're somehow worse off than before, one fan remarked on social media. It's not just about the manager, it's the whole direction of the club right now. Internally, the discontent has reached the boardroom. It is understood that Thelwell has now been given a reduced role in the ongoing managerial search, with key decision-making shifting towards other senior figures at Ibrox. One insider suggested that the club could no longer afford to rely on Thelwell's judgment alone after the failures of the summer. Rangers' pursuit of a new manager has already proven frustrating. Both Steven Gerrard and Sean Dyche, who are seen as ideal candidates to restore stability and authority, turned down approaches. Gerrard, who held positive early talks over a potential return, ultimately rejected the chance to come back to Glasgow, a development that reportedly left the hierarchy furious. "That was a deal that should have been done," said a source familiar with the negotiations. Thelwell couldn't get it over the line, and that's when patience really started to run out. The setback appears to have forced Rangers to reassess their entire recruitment approach. Former Sheffield Wednesday boss Danny Röhl has now emerged as the front-runner to take the job, with the young German coach viewed as an appealing long-term option after his impressive stint at Hillsborough. However, the club is also exploring more experienced candidates, including former West Ham United and Croatian manager Slaven Bilic. Bilic, who last managed Saudi Pro League side Al Fateh before leaving in August 2024, is said to be keen on a return to European football. The veteran coach was also considered by West Ham earlier this year before they appointed Nuno Espirito Santo. Slaven's ready to get back into management, one close source explained. He's ambitious, motivated, and waiting for the right challenge. For Thelwell, however, the damage may already be done. With fan frustration at boiling point and the board growing uneasy about recent failures, his position looks increasingly precarious. "The pressure's on," said another insider. Thelwell came in promising a clear plan and better recruitment. Right now, it's hard to see where any of that's materialized. As Rangers continue their search for a new leader to steady the ship, attention will inevitably turn to whether Thelwell himself remains part of the club's long-term vision or becomes the next casualty of a chaotic few months at Ibrox. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.